Listen up. The streets are buzzing, the fans are going wild, and the hip-hop world just got turned upside down. Jay-Z has officially made his move, and Nas, well, he just faced one of the most shocking, epic battles the rap game has ever seen. Secrets that were buried deep in the industry. Whispers that only insiders knew they're finally coming to light. And trust me, you're not ready for what's about to drop. For years, fans have debated, argued, and speculated on who really runs the game. Who's got the street cred, the legacy, the clout, and the power. And now it's all unraveling. From studio leaks to backstage whispers, we're uncovering everything. Hidden alliances, surprise betrayals, and moves that could change the landscape of hip-hop forever. Imagine watching two of the greatest icons in rap history go head-to-head. And behind the scenes, the drama is 10 times bigger than anyone imagined. Every move, every verse, every strategy counts. And today, you're going to witness the real story behind the headlines. So buckle up, because we're diving into the untold truths, the hidden secrets, and the explosive twists that no one else dares to reveal. This isn't just a rap battle, this is a hip-hop war. And you're about to get front row seats to the chaos, the shock, and the drama that the streets and fans have been waiting for. Are you ready to see how? Jay-Z claimed victory and what Nas didn't want you to know. Let's get into it. The rap world was already buzzing, but nothing could prepare the streets for the shockwaves that were about to hit. Fans of both Jay-Z and Nas had been debating for years who truly held the crown, who really controlled the narrative of hip-hop, both on the streets and in the industry. And now with this epic battle reaching its peak, the answers were finally starting to surface. It all started with subtle moves. Jay-Z's team, known for their strategic genius, had quietly been maneuvering behind the scenes. Every track, every public appearance, every subtle social media post was calculated to shift perception in Jay-Z's favor. Meanwhile, Nas camp was no less vigilant. Analysts and insiders noted that his every move, from interviews to album drops, was part of a master plan to reclaim dominance. But as the layers peeled back, it became clear there were secrets in the shadows that no one outside the inner circles had ever seen. Whispers started circulating about hidden alliances. Certain producers who had long been associated with Nas were now rumored to be working closely with Jay-Z. Studio sessions that were meant to stay private leaked online, showing interactions and subtle signs of influence. Fans went wild, analyzing every clip, every lyric, every post, every subtle nod in a verse, every bar. Every behind-the-scenes interaction was being dissected like a chess game in real time. And then there were the street-level implications. This wasn't just about music anymore. This was about legacy, respect, and power. Neighborhoods from Brooklyn to Queens and even beyond debated endlessly whose influence ran deeper. Which artist had truly earned the right to be considered the pinnacle of hip-hop dominance? From casual fans to hardcore street enthusiasts, everyone had an opinion. And every opinion sparked debate. Inside sources revealed that Jay-Z had a few unexpected moves up his sleeve. Certain collaborations that had been rumored for months suddenly came into the spotlight, showing him as more connected and influential than anyone had assumed. Meanwhile, Nas' strategy appeared to be reactive, playing catch-up rather than setting the pace. Analysts noted that timing had become a critical factor, and Jay-Z's ability to control the narrative was giving him a clear edge. Social media exploded. Every fan page, every thread, every discussion forum became a battlefield. Memes, reaction videos, and viral clips flooded the feeds. Everyone had an angle, a theory, or a hot take. The streets weren't just watching, they were participating in shaping the story. And the more fans dug, the more cracks appeared in Nas' perceived dominance. Jay-Z's moves were subtle but strategic, revealing a long game that no one had fully anticipated. Meanwhile, some industry insiders hinted at previously unseen connections. People who had ties to both camps were quietly playing roles that could tip the balance. Every alliance, every secret interaction, every cryptic message held potential weight. Fans scrutinized leaks, screenshots, and interviews, trying to piece together the full picture. The story wasn't just unfolding, it was exploding. And each revelation carried massive implications. On the lyrical side, Jay-Z's latest moves spoke volumes. Every track, every bar, every feature carried subtle nods to his strategic superiority. Nas, respected for his lyrical prowess, was responding, but the energy had shifted. Jay-Z's influence was becoming more apparent, his team's planning more meticulous, and his narrative control undeniable. The streets noticed the shift immediately. Factions of fans debated endlessly, dissecting every move. And the tension became palpable. By midweek, analysts were calling it one of the most dramatic and strategic showdowns in hip-hop history. Videos broke down, studio interactions, leaked messages, and public appearances. Every fan reaction, every meme, every viral post contributed to the escalating tension. The streets, the blogs, the forums, all were alive with speculation. Who had the real power? Who had the edge? And who was about to be exposed next? But even as the drama unfolded, there were still secrets lurking in the shadows. Certain undisclosed deals, backstage interactions, and private conversations hinted at alliances and betrayals that had never been seen publicly. Fans hung on every hint, every leak, and every insider comment. The suspense wasn't just entertainment. It was a cultural phenomenon where reputation, influence, and legacy were on the line. One thing was clear. Jay-Z had shifted the game in his favor. Nas' camp was under pressure. Fans were in a frenzy, and the streets were waiting for the next explosive revelation. Every move, every track, every post had consequences. And the drama was far from over. As the drama escalated, the streets and the online community were glued to every detail. Every move by Jay-Z and Nas was dissected with precision. Every social media post, every public appearance, every subtle lyrical nod was analyzed like evidence in a high-stakes trial. Fans weren't just spectators anymore. They had become detectives, analysts, and commentators, debating endlessly over what each action meant for the ongoing battle. Jay-Z's camp had been playing the long game, quietly securing connections that no one had anticipated. Behind closed doors, alliances were forming with producers, DJs, and influential figures who could sway public opinion and fan perception. Leaks from studio sessions hinted at strategic collaborations that would amplify Jay-Z's influence and visibility, while Nas was left scrambling to respond. Every calculated move from Jay-Z further cemented his dominance, creating a ripple effect across the hip-hop community. Meanwhile, Nas wasn't standing still. Known for his lyrical genius and street credibility, he was crafting responses, releasing subtle hints and dropping tracks that tested the waters. But even his most carefully planned moves were being overshadowed by Jay-Z's aggressive strategy. Analysts pointed out that timing was everything, and Jay-Z's ability to control the narrative had given him a significant edge. Fans began debating whether Nas could turn the tide, or if this battle would mark a pivotal shift in hip-hop history. Leaked messages and behind-the-scenes footage added fuel to the fire. Certain insiders suggested that both camps were operating in ways that blurred the lines between professional rivalry and personal vendetta. Every interaction was scrutinized, from studio visits to casual street encounters, and fans dissected them for hidden meaning. The energy in Harlem, Brooklyn, and Queens was palpable. Everyone wanted to know who would come out on top. The lyrical exchanges were more than just tracks. They were statements of power. Jay-Z's latest verses were sharp, pointed, and strategic, referencing moves from the past while asserting his dominance in the present. Nas' responses, while clever and introspective, were being interpreted as reactive rather than proactive. This subtle shift in perception was magnified online, with memes, reaction videos, and viral clips adding to the tension. Fans debated endlessly, analyzing each bar, dissecting every verse, and predicting the next move. Outside of music, the cultural implications were enormous. Jay-Z's victory wasn't just about a rap battle. It was about legacy, influence, and control over the industry. Every business deal, every alliance, every endorsement became part of the narrative. Fans and insiders alike speculated on how these moves would shape hip-hop's future. The tension wasn't confined to music anymore. It had spilled over into social media, podcasts, street conversations, and even news coverage. Rumors circulated about potential confrontations and private meetings that could tip the balance further. Some said that the streets had already taken sides, while others insisted that the true power dynamics were hidden behind carefully curated public appearances. The uncertainty kept fans engaged, with every leaked snippet or cryptic post sparking viral debates. Analysts broke down every possible angle, from lyrical content to visual storytelling and music videos, to predict the outcome of this escalating saga. Adding to the drama were the unexpected players entering the scene. Influential figures from the music industry, old school legends, and even unexpected collaborators began weighing in, either publicly or behind the scenes. Their insights, hints, and comments added layers to the story, revealing hidden dynamics that fans had never anticipated. Each revelation sparked renewed debate, increasing anticipation for what would come next. The tension reached a fever pitch when hints emerged about hidden tracks and unreleased recordings. Fans speculated endlessly. Would Jay-Z drop another bombshell verse? Would Nas respond with an equally devastating track? Every possibility kept the streets talking, social media buzzing, and the entire hip-hop community on high alert. It wasn't just about reputation anymore. It was about who would define the narrative for years to come. Even as progressed, the energy showed no signs of dying down. Jay-Z's strategic moves, Nas' lyrical responses, and the endless fan speculation created a cycle of anticipation, analysis, and discussion that had everyone hooked. From analysts to casual fans, from street communities to global audiences. No one wanted to miss a single moment of the unfolding drama. The stakes had never been higher. What started as a legendary rap battle had transformed into a cultural phenomenon, affecting perception, influence, and legacy. Jay-Z's strategic edge, Nas' lyrical brilliance, and the relentless fan engagement combined to create a saga that would be remembered as one of the most dramatic chapters in hip-hop history. One thing was crystal clear. This battle was far from over. The secrets, the strategies, and the shocking revelations were still emerging. The streets, the fans, and the industry insiders were all on edge, waiting for the next explosive move that could change the course of hip-hop forever. The tension was building toward a climax, and everyone knew that the final showdown would be unforgettable, explosive, and historic as the saga reached its climax. The streets were electric with anticipation. Every fan, every analyst, every rapper, and every music insider was on edge, waiting to see how the final chapter would unfold. The stakes were higher than ever. This wasn't just about music anymore. This was about legacy, influence, and the very future of hip-hop culture itself. Jay-Z's calculated dominance had set the stage, but Nas, respected and revered for decades, was ready to fight back in ways no one had fully anticipated. Backstage leaks began to surface, revealing private conversations, secret collaborations, and strategic moves that had never been public knowledge. Jay-Z's team, long known for their meticulous planning, had positioned him in such a way that every track, every public appearance, and every subtle gesture amplified his dominance. Nas, meanwhile, had assembled a powerful counter-strategy, reaching out to influential figures, aligning with producers, and crafting lyrical content designed to reclaim respect and assert his legacy. The tension between the two camps was palpable. It wasn't just a battle of words. It was a war of influence, strategy, and perception. Fans took to social media like never before. Memes, reaction videos, and viral clips exploded across platforms as every move was dissected and debated. Street analysts broke down every lyric, every nod, every behind-the-scenes interaction. Communities from Brooklyn to Queens, from the West Coast to the South, engaged in heated discussions. each claiming to know who held the upper hand. Jay-Z's subtle power plays, from carefully timed releases to strategic collaborations, began to shift the narrative. The streets were buzzing. Could Nas really respond effectively? Or had Jay-Z already secured an unassailable lead? Then came the leaks that changed everything. Studio footage, private conversations, and snippets of unreleased tracks surfaced online, sparking a new wave of speculation. Jay-Z's strategic moves were being revealed as a masterclass in control. Every alliance, every collaboration, every subtle flex was part of a long game designed to cement his dominance. Nas' responses, while impactful and lyrically sharp, were increasingly seen as reactive rather than proactive. Analysts noted that timing influence and public perception were critical, and Jay-Z seemed to have them all locked in. But the drama didn't stop with the music. Industry insiders revealed behind-the-scenes tension, with former allies, producers, and even business partners weighing in. Rumors of secret meetings, private negotiations, and strategic partnerships began circulating. Every hint, every cryptic post, and every leaked clip added fuel to the fire. The streets were alive with speculation, debates were raging, and fans couldn't get enough. Each revelation was a spark, igniting new discussions, creating viral moments, and amplifying the stakes even further. On the lyrical front, Jay-Z delivered tracks with precision and strategy, subtly referencing his victories, past moves, and the lessons learned from decades in the game. Each verse reinforced his dominance, showcasing his ability to control both narrative and perception. Nas, in turn, responded with complex wordplay, introspective lyrics, and references to street credibility, history, and legacy. Yet the momentum seemed to favor Jay-Z. The combination of strategy, timing, and influence created an undeniable edge. Fans debated endlessly who truly controlled the narrative. Who had the streets' respect? Who would emerge with the ultimate victory? The streets themselves became a key player in this saga. Communities, social media groups, forums, and fan bases were dissecting every snippet of information. Every leaked track, every interview, and every social media post was examined for hidden meaning. Factions formed around each artist, each claiming supremacy, each debating who deserved the crown. From casual listeners to hardcore street fans, no one could ignore the magnitude of this battle. It wasn't just music anymore, it was a cultural movement, a test of influence, legacy, and respect that transcended rap itself. Then, the shocking revelations began to surface. Sources hinted at undisclosed collaborations, unreleased tracks, and secret alliances that could tip the scales further. Jay-Z's dominance wasn't just about music. It was about controlling perception, shaping narratives, and cementing legacy. Nas' efforts to counterbalance this included strategic releases and leveraging his street credibility. But the impact was uneven. Fans analyzed every lyric, dissected every beat, and debated endlessly. The tension was palpable, and the hype unprecedented. By midweek, the stakes had reached fever pitch. Every insider, every fan, every analyst had a theory. Viral videos dissected studio interactions, behind-the-scenes conversations, and public appearances. Analysts broke down lyric sheets, social media posts, and even interviews for hidden meanings. Every move, no matter how subtle, was magnified under the lens of this epic showdown. Jay-Z's calculated dominance, combined with his network of allies and strategic timing, made it clear that he had not only won the battle but also secured his position as the definitive power player in the game, despite Nas' valiant attempts to regain footing. The streets had spoken. Jay-Z's long-term strategy, his alliances, and his ability to control the narrative had proven overwhelming. Fans, analysts, and insiders all acknowledged the shift. This wasn't just a temporary victory. This was a defining moment in hip-hop history. Social media exploded with reactions, debates, and viral content. Memes, reaction videos, and fan analyses flooded every platform, cementing the moment in the culture forever. In the aftermath, one thing became clear. Jay-Z had not just won a battle, he had reshaped the narrative of an entire era. proving that influence, strategy, and perception are just as important as lyrical skill. Nas, while still respected and revered, had been outmaneuvered in a game that went far beyond the studio. The streets, the fans, and the industry would remember this showdown for decades. The story of this epic battle, the hidden secrets, the leaked tracks, and the behind-the-scenes strategies had captivated the world. It wasn't just about two legendary artists clashing. It was about legacy, dominance, and the power to shape culture. Jay-Z had emerged victorious, and the streets had witnessed a historic moment that would forever define the landscape of hip-hop.yo. Fam, if you thought you knew the streets, the game, and the legacy of hip-hop, think again. What you just witnessed is more than a rap battle, it's a cultural earthquake, shaking every corner of the industry. Every block from Brooklyn to Queens, and every fan around the globe. Jay-Z didn't just claim victory, he redefined what it means to dominate the game, exposing secrets, revealing hidden strategies, and showing the world that influence, perception, and power mattered just as much as lyrical skill. Now it's your turn to be part of the conversation. Drop your hot takes in the comments. Who really came out on top? Was Nas outmaneuvered, or did he have hidden moves we haven't even seen yet? Fans, analysts, and insiders are debating this nonstop, and your opinion could be part of the viral discussion. Smash that like button if you're all about uncovering the untold secrets. And don't forget to hit subscribe to stay ahead of every shocking revelation, every hidden alliance, and every explosive rap beef that the streets and the industry don't want you to see. Share this video with your crew. Tag your friends who live and breathe hip-hop. And get ready for even more exclusive content, behind-the-scenes drama, and street-level insights that will blow your mind. The game has changed. The secrets are out, and this is just the beginning. You don't want to miss a single moment of the action. So join the movement, stay plugged in, and witness history as it unfolds.